One of my friends had this bright idea. A birthday trip, somewhere different. That's how we found ourselves in St Lucia, the wild heart of KwaZulu-Natal. Here, nature doesn't stay behind a fence, it walks right beside you. As the sun sets, hippos leave the water to graze along the roadside. Warthogs wander through the gardens with their tails held high. Monkeys chatter across the rooftops, and every now and then, if you're quick enough, a mongoose slips through the trees, silent as the night itself. Alright guys, we just finished packing now.
It's about a 4-hour drive to St Lucia.
Yeah, and we'll see you there.
Hi guys, welcome to our very first episode on the V Expedition channel. One of our friends recently turned 21 and she decided to go on this trip. We just arrived in the Greater St Lucia and we are staying in these very nice villas tucked away in the bush. St Lucia is one of the most iconic and naturally rich places in the whole of KZN, and it's a very big tourist attraction. We've got a few side missions planned, including a trip to Cape Vidal and a boat trip where we will be spotting plenty of wildlife. But enough about that. The guys are already too excited about fishing, so I'll let them mansplain all about the gear they're packing.
Honestly, I don't have too much experience with sea fishing at all. That's why I brought my older brother with me on this expedition. As most of you know, St Lucia has got some serious fishing spots. So we're going to go out there and see what kind of luck we can strike. Yeah, so for this trip we brought some serious tackle with, all through from Shimano, Dewa, Okuma and our fishing buddies and the bullies. We're gonna compare and see what goes the best. So tactical wise on the lures, we're gonna go everything artificial, mostly artificial. If we get a live bait, we got the big rigs to slide out the live bait and so on. Our main target species is obviously, as you know, cob, kabeljou in Afrikaans. Yeah, we're going to use soft plastics, paddle tails from 5 to 6 inch to try to target that most. But a few weeks ago we heard people been catching kuta off the shore here. That isn't very regular in the fishing industry, as you can call it, because it's a deep sea fish. And then from there on we'll see what happens from tomorrow morning on.
Good morning guys. We woke up a bit late today. We had a rough night. We only went to bed around 2 o'clock, so yeah, no surprises, we overslept. Completely forgot to film the morning video because it was a mad rush to get to the beach and start fishing. It's about a 10-minute drive to the St Lucia Ski Boat Club, and with us waking up around 6:30, there wasn't much spare time left. Enough about that, let me take you through the gear.
Okay, we've got a quite busy morning, as you can see. Yeah, it looks like the guys are getting some shad. Up and down, up and down. So yeah, let's see if we can strike some luck. as you guys can see, it's a bit crowded here today. Obviously because the shad is biting too much. St Lucia is providing today. So yeah, I switched over from spoon to kingfisher rattler, and cast for cast every time a shad. Just lost a nice fish here. I don't think it was a shad, but further on we're going.
So at the moment I'm just putting a silver spoon on here. We are going to target cob. Some of us have a variety of lures on here. Some have rapies, paddle tails, some normal silver spoons. Sometimes you can get the cob if you pull it slowly on the bank. But there's been lots of shad around as well, so we're just trying to take off the species this weekend. So we'll see how it all goes. So we just tried at this one spot to get some cob. There was a nice little hole here, but unfortunately we didn't get anything. We see there's quite a lot of people on the left hand side catching some shad, so we're going to try and get some luck on the left hand side. Let's see if we can get lucky.
Our morning session has come to an end. We caught a lot of shad. Unfortunately no cob or anything else, but the shad het geloop vandag. We're back at the buckies now, and it's been a long day. I completely forgot to introduce one of my friends here, JP. Why don't you tell them how today went a little bit?
How's it guys? How are you?
Fucking.
Okay, yeah, so I joined Tiana and them on the beach. Our target species was to go for cob. We all tried different lures and stuff, but unfortunately we didn't get any luck there. The wind started to pick up, so it was very unpleasant to cast soft plastics. So we ended up actually going to target some shad. We saw a lot of people on the left hand side of us, and there was quite a lot of action. So we went there, we all put on spoons, and we were rewarded with quite a lot of fish, which was quite fun, and there was some action there. But yeah, the first day has come to an end. We're actually just going to go back now, have a braai, just chill. We actually brought some shad back with us that we maybe going to cook up tonight or tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll just try again.
Yeah, alright, lekker. Nice.
So before anyone comes at me in the comments, in the KwaZulu-Natal region, your daily bag In Afrikaans we know it as your quota. The limit for shad is indeed 4 fish per person per day. And the fish need to be at least 30 centimeters in total. So we were 4 people there. It was me, Rohan, JP and the Bali. In total we had 12 fish. So yeah, we were following the law.
The guys were almost an hour late, but eventually we hit the road to Cape Vidal. We went as a big group, and honestly, this trip has been so much fun. None of us are really used to this whole content creating thing, but we are loving it. On the way, we saw plenty of wildlife, even a little guy hanging around outside our villas just before we left. One of the highlights was spotting rhinos, although their horns have been removed for their safety against poachers. They take protection very seriously here. They wouldn't even let us bring a drone inside. We also saw our very first hippo of the trip, which was such a cool moment. A funny but not so funny story. At a picnic stop, one of our friends was filming mongooses when one of them bit her. She had to go to hospital later for a rabies injection. So here's a pro tip: keep your distance. Cape Vidal is filled with unique bird species and plenty of wildlife roaming free because it's all part of the wetlands. You can tell the hippos love it here. We hoped to spot most of the big 5. St Lucia doesn't have lions, so we knew that wasn't on our list, but we did manage to see buffaloes and rhinos, so at least 2 were checked off. Leopards are around here too, but they are very secretive and hard to see. Fun fact about warthogs: they actually kneel down on their front knees when they are eating because their necks are short and their legs are long. It looks funny at first, but it's just their natural way of eating. Here you can see a clip of my boyfriend, a monkey, chilling at our picnic spot. So we went to Cape Vidal today for a game drive. We really did see a lot of wildlife today. We saw rhinos and buffalo and warthogs and just a lot of species of different types of buck. It was really a very nice game drive altogether. Would really recommend for anyone coming this side to just take a day and go to Cape Vidal. You really won't regret it.
St Lucia is maybe one of the most iconic places in KwaZulu-Natal. I don't think you will find any other place like this. Tomorrow morning, me and my mates is gonna go out to go fish again, but we're gonna try to make it the earlier morning than last night. Last night was just a little bit rough. But alright guys, see you tomorrow. Good morning guys, it's currently 6 a.m. We woke up a little bit earlier than before. We're here now and we're hoping for some big bites.
Also, the weather conditions not that great today. Got gusts up to 50-55 kilometers an hour. It's quite cold. The breeze here on the beach is quite hectic. So yeah,
Let's see what we can get today. Oh, duim vas. Alright.
Tian's rod. We're putting up a clone lure, pink color. Just combining that with like a Rapala knot, so we can get the most movement out of the lure. Always remember just to lubricate on nylon. There you go.
Something about fishing in St Lucia just feels right. The morning started off really cold, and to make it even tougher, the wind was bad too, but that didn't stop us. We were out there before the sunrise, rods in the water, and at least the sky gave us some incredible views to start the day. The sunrise over the ocean was worth it on its own. We even managed to get a few really scenic shots. The Shad run was still on, so the action was constant. We were catching tons of shad, one after another. We didn't keep any this time though. We already had some in the freezer, which by the way, we still haven't even cooked yet. Later, we tried targeting cob, hoping for that big catch, but unfortunately no luck there. So back to the shad it was. For me, this trip was special, because it was my very first proper sea fishing experience. I fished before, but nothing like this one. Big thanks to my brother and JP. They had all the patience in the world, showing me the ropes, teaching me the techniques, and just making it a lot of fun. I honestly learned so much out there, but now I can't wait to try it again. We had to call it the early morning. By 9 o'clock we were already packing up, because we had a boat cruise booked on the estuary. After being late last time, there was no way we were risking it. We headed home, got ready, and excited for what's next. Hopefully spotting a lot of wildlife.
Like I said, shit loop vandaag.
Okay guys, we are back from a very busy day full of very exciting events. We went on our boat cruise around about 12 o'clock, and let me say it was a very successful day. We saw a lot of hippos today, and we even saw a baby crocodile, but the main event was definitely the baby hippo that threw the biggest show ever. It was quite windy, but the wind tapped down, and then the sun was very hot. We all are a little bit of sunburned, but it's okay. I would recommend this boat cruise to anyone that comes to St Lucia.
This morning also I completely forgot to end the fishing session. We went this morning 5 o'clock, I think it was 5 o'clock, 5:30. We went down to the beach. The shad run was still on. We were just catching shad the whole time, over and over and over. We maybe pulled out 20 and 25 shad. As you throw in, you pull out. They were too much today. But yeah, I completely forgot to end the fishing video there because it was getting too busy. The girls were cocking on our heads because we needed to come back and get ready for the cruise because we were running late for that as well. And then after that we had to go to dinner for the birthday girl, 21st. So everything just packed up too much today, but everything went out quite well. It was very, very fun weekend. St Lucia is maybe one of the most beautiful places in KZN. It got a lot of wildlife.
It's definitely something I feel everybody should experience, like once in their life at least. It's really, I don't know how to explain it. It's a very good experience, and
you have to come see yourself, and you know what we're talking about. It's warthogs running down the street, hippos eating across the field where you're staying at.
it's something different. But 100% I would rate this maybe one of the best trips I've ever had. It
By
was
far.
with some of the best people.
I also heard there's a lot of hiking. I also heard there's a lot of serious Viking. Or we stay up all night. But fishing, we will go be fishing.
How's it, guys? We just finished packing now.
Ek sê vir jou wag.
Oh, sorry. Dis 'n goeie blooper. Okay, reg. Yeah, unfortunately everything has to come to an end sometime. We stayed from the Friday till Monday, so tomorrow morning we're leaving.
I hope this video influenced you to make a trip to St Lucia and just come and experience it for yourself. You would not regret it.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next expedition. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.